Good morning, Captain Awesome. It's Ainsley here, your life transformation coach for Daily Adventure Fest. So today, guys, I wanted to talk to you about my story of indecision and the amount of massive pain. Well, let's see if I get kicked off this one. It happens. A massive pain with indecision. Now, 8 years ago, I started date coaching men, and I'd take guys out to bars and I'd teach them self-confidence and, you know, all sorts of different things like that, mindset work. If I'd stuck to that, I'd be a millionaire by now. But I kept chopping and changing. I was so, because I was reacting to my results. I was reacting to the low results. I didn't understand that for you to get anywhere, like anywhere in life, you gotta fucking be patient. Like, you have to be patient. And because I'm a child of instant gratification and just have this, I don't so much anymore, but massive, I used to have this massive addiction to instant gratification, and I never really understood, nor was taught, still my responsibility, but nor was taught that having that, it just ends up in a life of pain. And so I moved then from date coaching to, I was doing bullying programs to help parents with their kids who are getting bullied. I was doing personal development, communication and relationships. I was doing all these different things, and I was all over the shop because I could not make a decision. Like, I could not commit to a decision out of fear that if I did, it wouldn't work. But it's the absolute opposite. So if you're having this problem in your life, if you're thinking about a certain job or a career that you want to take, or something new like starting a business, if you want to travel, anything that's leading you into a paralysis and indecision is just going to keep you stuck, because it does. That's what it does. It paralyzes you. It stops you from having clarity around what you're doing. And if you don't have clarity around what you're doing, you're not going to get what you want. And this is the kick in the ass we all need on that. It's just make a fucking decision. Like, make a decision. And, you know, I've sort of danced around with date coaching to personal development to corporate training, and then to, what else did I go? Corporate training, and then I went back to the dating, and then I was sort of like back into business, and then I went back into dating, and then I've come to this where I've gone, make a fucking decision, Ames. Like, decide today what you're going to do, where your heart is. And my heart is in all of those. That was the biggest struggle, was figuring out, you know what, my heart's in all of those things, so I can do that, you know, all in one go, and just call it life transformation, because it's based on whatever you want, and so and what you want to achieve. But if you don't know what you want, then how the hell are you going to get it? And this requires work. This isn't like, you know, life doesn't happen to you if you actively and proactively create it. If you decide, okay, well, I want to go travel through Asia for 6 months, then start fucking saving. You do have to make sacrifices. You do have to make changes in your life. You have to change for anything else to change, because you're the pivot point. You're the central, you're here. Everything else around you is a result of the decisions that you've made. So you're completely responsible for the results that you get. And if you don't, if you're just letting your boss decide, or your parents decide, or your friends decide, then you're never going to fucking get anywhere. If you keep reacting to your environment, then you won't get anywhere. I mean, I've been suicidal at times. Like, I'd never do it, but it's crossed my mind. I've even thought about it, and I've thought, like, oh, should I hang myself? No, well, I don't have a noose. You know, and I'm making light of it, because, like, I would never do it. But when you get yourself into such a situation that you just want to escape, what you're really needing to do is escape. You just want relief from the problems that you're having. And to get relief from the problems you're having, you have to keep going. You have to keep doing the work, doing the things that you need to do. I've got a former client who told me that he wants to be a race car driver, and he can totally 100% do that, like, professionally. He can totally do that. But he's got to put in the work. He's got to work on his mindset. He's got to believe that that's possible. And if you don't believe that's possible, then obviously you're not going to get it. And it's not going to happen overnight. Nothing like this kind of success ever does. I mean, this didn't happen overnight. This is, you know, like, I mean, I travelled in my 20s, but I didn't have, but I was able to work. Whereas now, I'm nearing 40 and I can't. So I have to be able to fund my travels in some other way and fund my lifestyle. And so that's the choice I made. And that's the tough road that you have to be willing and ready to fucking go down. You know, you don't get handed things on a silver platter. You're not entitled to it. I was so entitled. And, you know, sometimes those thoughts still come up a little bit, and then I catch myself like, Ains, you're being entitled again. No one fucking owes you anything. So, and no one does. No one owes me shit. And so it's my job to do what I need to do to get the results that I want. It's not someone else's job to do that. And so this is the takeaway for you. If you have this dream, this idea, this thing in your mind of what you want to do, then you have to understand that it's not just about, if it doesn't work tomorrow, then you're going to give up. Like, fucking don't be so weak. Things are going to be tough. It's not going to be easy. And, you know, I think it's changed a lot these days, but instant results, like, you know, marketers used to sell instant results. And you know what, admittedly, I'd done it a few times too. And, I mean, people do get fast results. It just depends on where they're at in their head and what kind of information is going to resonate with them the most. But I don't promise instant results anymore because it's a pipe dream. You will get an instant result, but it doesn't last because you haven't caught up in your head. You haven't got to the mindset level that you need to be for it to actually stick and make it become a habit and become a behavior. Like, for me to actually change, I had to structure my day religiously. And even then, admittedly, I'm not perfect, but every morning I wake up, first thing I do is put on like an hour of a lecture or a talk by someone like Grant Cardone or Gary Vaynerchuk or Kat Laterzo or Tony Robbins or Abraham Hicks or anything that revolves around what I do. And that, as a result, then I go for my walks and I feel amazing because I'm in the right mindset and I've learnt a heap of new shit. And then this is me doing my work. I do my videos and I do my stuff while I do my exercise. And so it's about, you know, you probably don't have the luxury, mind you, I created this luxury, but you might not have the luxury of all this time and living on the beach or anything like this. But for you to get this, you have to do the hard yards. You have to put in the hard yakka. If you've got an 8-hour-a-day job or 9 or 10-hour-a-day job, you have to find ways to multitask. Like with this, I was overwhelmed and thinking, oh my God, I've got to do all of these social media things throughout the day. How am I going to fit it all in? And I was stressing out. And then I thought, oh, fuck. Like, what better way to do my exercise and also share with you guys my days by being here and doubling up and doing it. So, yeah, like if you want something really badly, then you're going to have to work for it. You're going to have to fail. If you really want a relationship, you have to go on dates. You have to fail, okay? You also have to get your mindset right. Like, no one wants a broken person. Like, I shouldn't say broken person. I don't like using that term. But no one wants someone that hasn't done the work on themselves. Otherwise, if you meet someone, there's two broken people getting together, again, that word, but two people getting together that haven't done any internal work on themselves and they're trying to figure this relationship thing out. And, you know, that was like in my last relationship. We were very codependent. It wasn't... we could have worked on it, granted, but a few things changed, and so I stopped doing that. And anyway, I know that that's the work I need to do when I'm in a relationship. Right now I'm getting myself in my own self really good in the right mindset, and when I get into that relationship, then there's more work to do on myself. So that's the thing. There's always stuff that you need to do. So if you want to sit at your fucking 40-hour-a-week job and commute to work and punish yourself with this mindset that you think you're doing the right thing when you know you're not, then that lifetime, that's a lifetime of punishment compared to really expanding and growing and getting to a point in your life where you go, fucking wow, I created this. I created this. And when you do that, man, oh, like the feeling's amazing. I'm sure you've done things like that before. You've gone on holidays, you've created that trip, you've saved for that trip. So anything you want, you can have, you just can't have it straight away. So that's it for today. Now, if you want to work with me to do that, if you want me to help you get to places like this, if you want me to help you with your self-esteem first and deal with the inner shit, because that's what I do first, is deal with your inner shit first, show you how to create your daily activities to finally get you to this place, then all you need to do is go to ainsleym.com and click on work with me, and we'll get on the phone for 30 minutes and talk about your dreams and goals, your blockages, your the things that are holding you back, and the things that are knocking your confidence about. So it's a pretty much all over experience. If you want to do it on your own, also go over to ainsleym.com, and I've got my Fantasy Life Starter Pack. All you need to do is enter your details and you will get sent a whole heap of videos, audios, worksheets, a planner, everything that you need to get cracking on this life that you should be having. So get out here and play, my friend, because the world is waiting.